You're scrolling your phone, and it just stops loading. No Wi-Fi, no signal, nothing. Now imagine that's not just you. It's your whole city, your whole country, maybe the entire planet. No internet. Not for an hour, not for a day, just gone. We're going to walk through exactly what happens, minute by minute, industry by industry, and by the end, you'll see just how much of modern life quietly runs on something we never think about. The first minute is almost comedic. Messages stuck with a spinning icon, video calls freezing mid-sentence, your smart speaker stops responding. But it's not just your devices going quiet. Traffic lights in many cities sync through central servers, smart parking meters stop accepting payment, elevators, security systems, even hospital equipment ping the cloud for updates and diagnostics. Within minutes, thousands of small conveniences you never think about simply stop working, quietly, all at once. This is where it gets serious. Modern banking is almost entirely digital now. Card payments need to ping a server to verify funds. ATMs need a live connection to your bank. Even cash registers at most stores are networked now, not standalone machines like they used to be. Stock markets would halt entirely. Trading happens through connected exchanges, processing orders in milliseconds. Without a network, there's simply no way to match buyers and sellers. Payroll, direct deposits, automatic bill payments, all of it depends on banks talking to each other online. Within hours, cash becomes the only currency that reliably works, and a lot of people don't carry much anymore. Offices lean on cloud tools for almost everything. Email, shared documents, video meetings, internal messaging. Without internet, teams in the same building sometimes can't even talk to each other if they're used to Slack or Teams. But the bigger issue is supply chains. Shipping companies track containers, trucks, and packages through connected systems. Warehouses use software to manage inventory and route orders across entire networks. Airlines rely on networks to process bookings, check-ins, and communicate schedules to ground crews. Grocery stores using real-time sales data to restock shelves would start running short within days. Not because food stops existing, but because the systems that move it around stop coordinating. This is the part that matters most. Police, fire, and ambulance dispatch increasingly rely on internet-connected systems. Hospitals depend on networks for patient records, lab results, and coordinating between departments. Some modern medical equipment even needs cloud connectivity to function at full capacity. Backup systems still exist, radios, paper records, landlines, but they're slower and harder to coordinate citywide. Response times would likely get longer, right when people need help the most. No news websites, no search engines, no quick way to check if something you heard is even true. Radio and broadcast TV would suddenly matter again. They don't need the internet, just towers and receivers. Local radio stations would likely become one of the few reliable sources of real-time information. This is where things get socially messy. Rumors spread fast, even with fact-checking tools available. Without those tools, misinformation could spread almost unchecked, especially in the first confusing hours. Here's the thing. We don't have to fully imagine this. It's happened before, just regionally. In 2011, Egypt's government shut down internet access nationwide, cutting off nearly the whole country for about 5 days. Banking, business, and communication all took a direct hit during that shutdown. Undersea cables carry most of the world's internet traffic between continents and get damaged more often than people realize, sometimes by ship anchors, even sharks. When a cable to a small island nation gets cut, that country can lose most of its connectivity. Even large countries aren't immune. Power grid failures and extreme weather cause outages too. Cyber attacks have also caused temporary regional outages, affecting millions of people at once, even for just a few hours. So could the entire global internet actually go down at once? Extremely unlikely. The internet isn't one single system. It's thousands of independent networks connected through countless redundant paths. There's no single off switch, no one server room that controls it all. A truly global outage would need something enormous. A coordinated cyber attack across every major network at once, or a catastrophic solar event damaging satellites and infrastructure worldwide, all at the same time.
Experts consider a full global blackout far less likely than a regional one, but regional outages are very real. If it did happen, even regionally, people adapt faster than you'd expect. Cash comes back into circulation. Local radio becomes the go-to source for updates. Businesses fall back on paper records and in-person transactions, like most of the 20th century. It wouldn't be smooth. There'd be real disruption, real cost, and real risk, especially for emergency services. But humanity ran an entire civilization without the internet for almost all of history. That knowledge hasn't disappeared. It's just been sitting unused. We've built a world that quietly assumes the internet will always be there. Most days it is, and that's honestly a remarkable achievement. But it's worth remembering, it's not magic and it's not invincible. It's cables, servers, and satellites maintained by people. Next time your Wi-Fi drops for 5 minutes and it feels like the end of the world, just remember, it kind of already has been. For real, somewhere, more than once. And every single time, we figured it out.